Hello, my name is Michael Corrigan, and I'm a psychologist. I'm not a clinical psychologist. My expertise is in child development and research methods. I study the gradual and unique development of children, and also I study schools. When it comes to drugging kids for ADHD, I understand the allure to a quick pharmaceutical fix. I'm a parent. I've taught in the juvenile detention system, and I was a former, shall we say, problem child. Like many other kids labeled ADHD, I had a problem with behaving appropriately and paying attention to things I found unimportant. But what used to be a questionable diagnosis for a few truly behaviorally challenged students is now recklessly used to wrongly diagnose millions of kids that, let's face it, also don't find school interesting or have not quite yet mastered that art of behaving like we want them to. ADHD is not an attention problem, it's an interest problem. The ADHD behaviors we're drugging are not abnormal behaviors. Believe it or not, they are normal child development issues. And at the rate we are going, in 30 years, we'll be drugging more than 54% of our students. Unfortunately, signs of such surreal models of education are already popping up. For example, one morning I was at a small rural elementary school doing research on a federal grant studying character development. I was getting ready to leave when the principal asked me to stay for lunch. Ribs, mashed potatoes, and gravy were on the menu. Well, I love gravy, so I said okay. Finding my place at the back of the longest, slowest line, I stood staring once again at the principal's door. My new friends asked, "Did you get in trouble?" "No," I said. "Did you get held back a grade or 20? Now that's funny. At least a third of the kids got into my line that day and were required to stop at a window to take ADHD drugs. They're study drugs. The nice nurse, who I'm sure didn't dream of a career playing conductor of a runaway pharmaceutical freight train, said, "Dr. Corrigan, though I hear you were slightly disruptive, I'm not sure I can give you any meds today." To save face and not look more clueless than I felt, I smiled to hide my sadness and moved on into the cafeteria. I sat with my new BFFs from the ADHD drug line. I watched them go from kids being kids, kids with character, to mere expressionless robots of themselves, not eating, not talking, and looking skinnier, shorter, and much less happier than the others. I drove home on a roller coaster of emotions, downhill from happy to plain disgusted. How could we expect them to develop stronger character when we are drugging them to exhibit the opposite? Are we punishing them for having a good time in school? God forbid they say the F word. Fun. When I got home, out of morbid curiosity, I looked in the controversial Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. A mouthful, I know. Mental health experts call this the DSM and use it to diagnose clients so they can get paid by insurance companies. At times, it feels like it's written in a different language. It turns out the all-knowing DSM's ADHD diagnosis only uses 18 basic symptoms that just reflect normal childhood behaviors that we see so many kids display every day. Don't these 3 symptoms describe about every young boy? Sadly, all 18 symptoms can be summarized in one question. Are they a child that breathes? Evidence that my research team and I compiled and my new book details clearly supports that ADHD is a farce to be reckoned with, and we should stop immediately this surreal practice of drugging more than 4.5 million kids for acting like kids. Why? According to the DEA and FDA, similar to meth, cocaine, and opium, ADHD stimulants are highly addictive Schedule II narcotics that have many dangerous health risks and side effects. Currently, our best approach to helping 4.5 million kids in the USA experiencing these attention, behavior, and academic challenges rests upon feeding them addictive, dangerous drugs. What an incredible idea. To millions of concerned adults, this is a sign we have hit an all-time low in education in our society. There's a lot to still figure out in education. How can we recruit, support, keep our great teachers from leaving? Why are 30% of students still dropping out? Why can't 40% read at their grade level? And why are so many kids, mainly boys, being taken away to planet ADHD? And as any honest parent will admit, every day life throws something new to figure out along the journey to raise our children. Every day provides a roller coaster of emotions and a carnival of adventures. As this online video series documents, ADHD is only a diagnosis of normal childhood behavior. If millions of normal kids, even those highly annoying ones, need to be drugged to just get through a day, Shouldn't we seriously first reconsider how we structure their days? If we can't think of a better way to help them grow, maybe it's us, the adults, which need to lower our medication. Now trust me, I used to believe that ADHD was a real disorder and something truly plaguing kids. But what I've learned during my research has opened my eyes to the fact that it is nothing of the sort. And the 10 reasons shared in the second part of this video, well, they're going to show you why this invented disorder called ADHD is giving far too many a license to pill.